Turns out you're the best person to have a fight with because you'll never remember. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Lockdown. I'm your host, Will Gabriel.
And yo, what up? I'm one of your other hosts, Daniel Wago. Hey, will you shut the fuck up over there, you fucking piece of Pringle can?
Who are you talking to?
Sorry, this motherfucker back here.
Could you show us? Are you dating? What's happening?
No, it's my roommate.
Oh, you moved?
I moved.
He waved with his toes.
Yeah, I moved to New York. I'm one of these New Yorkers now. And I love coffee.
It's been like 5 days. I talked to you on Sunday night. It's been 5 days. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, I just pick up things really fast.
Are we not even going to address what happened last week? You're just going to put on this fucking... I don't even know. What are you doing right now? Are you the Dice Man? What is this voice?
This is not a voice. This is just who I am.
Okay. Well, can it be always who you are and never that piece of whiny shit you were last week?
Whoa. You had some harsh words to say about California Dan.
What was wrong with California Dan last week?
California Dan is relaxed.
I don't think so.
He's not a go getter.
This guy seems relaxed. What are you talking about? This guy seems like a good time. I would go get a hot dog with this guy. Last guy, I don't know if we're talking anymore.
Yeah, that guy, I killed that guy.
Okay.
California Dan is dead. I buried him directly into my porch. And
is this a direct result of what happened, or was this inevitable?
This was inevitable,
So we're cool?
We're cool, baby.
That worked out way different than I expected, but let's go. So you're in New York. Dan's in New York. He's New York Dan.
New York. I'm New York Dan.
Oh, I was kind of hoping the voice was going to be the whole podcast.
You want me to do it the whole podcast? Because I can.
Can you? Is it going to turn into Fauci in 15 minutes?
I mean, yes, it will, of course, go Fauci.
So you're in New York, you're hanging out with some toes, you got a coffee, you're wearing an LA hat backwards in New York. Times are rough. Times are rough for Dan.
Times are rough. Yeah, I came out to New York. What day? On Monday I left, and I've been here ever since.
So I made you move.
Yeah, I hated being near you. I can't be within 3 states of you. We have always got to be more than 3 states apart.
That's never been the case. We've always lived in the same state. Get the fuck out of my state, I guess.
Just out of my state.
Out of my state. So, New York's nice. It's not...
I'm enjoying it.
It's nice weather?
No, the first couple days, dude, it was terrible.
You sent me a picture,
terrible.
And you looked so hot. And not in a good way. Not in the way that's oh, Dan, you look nice. It looked like, oh, you've been trucking through some swamps.
That's what my day. That's what the first 3 days were here. It was so hot. It was 92, 93 degrees.
That should be illegal.
100% humidity.
With a place that doesn't have a good beach, that should be illegal. New York, not a great beach.
I'm 3 blocks from the ocean. And that's how hot it was and sticky it was.
No, it's a different ocean there. It's made of sewage.
It's not. Would we call that an ocean?
I don't know. But I am happy that I got to see that one picture you posted of the Eiffel Tower, because there's been this conspiracy that pisses me off. Oh, what did I say? The Eiffel Tower?
You said the Eiffel Tower.
I'm sorry.
Just making sure.
I'm sorry.
Not in France.
I don't know. We could be. The French made it for us.
Oui, hello. I'm coming at you from the France.
They gave us the Statue of Liberty. It's fine. It's fine. National treasure, too. So
the Statue of Liberty.
I'm just happy to have seen it, because there's a dumb conspiracy theory on the internet that pisses me off more than flat earthers, that the statue's not there. That it's just not there. It hasn't been there in decades because of some Google image when some boat was driving around mapping the fucking area. It fucked up and cut off the statue somehow. There was a picture issue. When you do a panorama with your camera phone?
Yes. Yeah.
And someone's body gets cut in half and their face is 7 pixels later. It was that. It was just that. But people are too fucking stupid. They're oh man, they got rid of the Statue of Liberty.
But people can
tourists
see
go
it
every day. Nah,
What
man.
are they?
They're walking on a hologram. That shit's not real. The government.
What do they think is happening? Oh my gosh, people these days. I wish I was that, stupid at the end of the day.
It's how the world works. It's how the world works, Daniel.
It's how the world works. Yeah.
Speaking of, did you watch Bo's special?
I watched Bo's special on Saturday. Yeah.
Was it?
Or maybe Friday.
Was it special?
Oh, it was so special. What a special that special was.
So you see what I mean?
I see what you mean. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
What was your favorite song, I think? And now also, this is a good time to mention that it just got put up on Spotify, the album. So this isn't like every second of the film that's on screen put onto the album. It's just the songs, but like that's kind of most of it.
Yeah. I think the one that I am singing all the time is White Woman Instagram. Like, I cannot get out of my head. It's constantly around. So I feel like that must be my favorite then.
I feel like my favorite and what is constantly played on my TikTok are like battling it out because people are just like posting this one song that Get Your Fucking Hands Up song. So it's just always in my head. That song is constantly in my head and I'm constantly applying it to shit because I see so many people make so many like creative things that are kind of like totally missing the point of the special by creating this thing off of what he... Well, it's fine.
Fine.
Everyone's having fun. But yeah, two hands is all, or Get My Hands Up. Two Hands is that fucking Korean corn dog place.
Two hands?
Yeah, it's called Two Hands.
Oh, okay.
There's one in Lakewood.
2 hands to eat it. Oh, that sounds good. I gotta
You need 2 hands to eat it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. But yeah, if you haven't watched Bo's special yet, I know this isn't really the show, but I just have to say, one of the finest pieces of art in the last 10 years. Go check it out. It's a good time. You'll cry, maybe. Or you have a healthy relationship with your family.
Yeah, you'll probably cry. Though.
I cried.
I did. Yeah, it was very emotional and it was hilarious. Like, it was constantly going back and forth between that just like really silly funny.
Yeah.
And what
I think my favorite were those moments that felt like they were documentative in between stuff that felt like very like there's that one moment where he's like looking at the exposure of something and he pulls like the screen a little closer, which is attached to a cable, which makes the camera start falling towards him, and it's like this oh fuck moment. I don't even believe that's real. I believe that was a staged moment as a meta joke for shit that we do and we put in to think that we're like breaking the fourth wall. I think that alone was also a joke. I think shit like that is sprinkled everywhere.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
There's a lot of arguments going on TikTok and online between like kind of newer film students and people that are just learning what editing is, like that you can edit something. And the concept of him doing this thing all on his own is like unconceivable to them. So there's like little moments in the film where there's like a flash frame, almost like this Fight Club moment that is a frame from a gag later on. And people are like, oh, he fucked up. He like missed that frame. Like it went through rounds at Netflix and people are just going to be like, oh, we missed like, and to be fair, that happens. We've seen the Game of Thrones cup, the Starbucks cup. We've seen some guys standing in the background on Mandalorian. Mistakes can happen. But for I don't know. When there's one person involved creating a concept, problems like that usually never happen. And I think it's also just like the camera falling, it's on purpose. It's to be like the whole thing is that joke. The whole time he's playing the game of himself, By the way, I just lost the game because I'm a 90s kid. So there it is.
There you go. You suck.
I saw Nikolai's toes again, and it got me. Took me right back.
You're a toe guy.
Yeah. Also, this is Nikolai, the man in the background that is unknowing that we're speaking of him right now, that we're constantly talking about. The three of us grew up all together, and it's a madhouse, and we can't stop talking about each other. I guess I guess. He still doesn't know. He still
He
doesn't
has
realize.
no idea. He's totally unaware.
Do you think that he likes it?
Now he knows.
Okay. All right. Well.
He's on candid camera.
All right. Well, now that things are rolling, we got Nikolai awake. We've got you foaming at the mouth, ready for more.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel, I think it's time we get into a busted or busted.
Okay.
And I pulled this one this week, so I am ready to see what you think. This is Scoopy, sweet, maybe delicious. Let's find out.
Ube ice cream French toast. Let's go. Dip your favorite bread into
Ube
melted
ice cream
ube
French
ice cream.
toast.
Set it aside, and then what I like to do is crumble up some JoJo's because why not? Crumble them up, and then put your ube soaked toast on each side, and then set it onto a griddle. Cook on both sides for about a minute or two
like the spatula.
until cooked, and then transfer to a plate. Once it's done cooking, you have an option of topping it with syrup. I like to do it with crushed strawberries and enjoy.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Wow.
I have thoughts.
Curious. Yeah.
Let's pull this up. Yeah. I have thoughts, but I'd love to know what you think first.
Okay. I think all of the flavors sound amazing, right?
All of those things technically sound good. Yes.
Yes. I'm curious about what the process would be in essentially using ice cream as a way, like as a base before heating something up, you know? But with that being said, I saw someone who made these ice cream donuts the other day on YouTube, and they cooked it. So
They technically cooked, so it works.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, why would you cook ice cream? I'm not sure, but maybe you do.
I guess I don't necessarily have a problem with the ice cream part. Like, that seems like a very millennial kind of food trendy thing to try out. Like, let's just literally dunk our bread in ice cream and then crumble it with cookie crumbs on top. It almost feels like we don't need the bread. Just like, it sounds like you want a sundae, but if we want to have this fake French toast thing that's got no cinnamon, no eggs, no syrup,
breakfast.
that's fine. Right. I think the thing that bums me out is she's put this cookie crumble on top. It looks a little crispy when it comes off the grill, a little dry. She doesn't put any wetness on that fucking thing. She puts freeze-dried strawberries, and I'm like, this looks like cereal without the milk.
That one was, I didn't appreciate what
Maybe the bread is super moist. I don't know.
It might be because the ice cream might really really soak it.
All I can think about with like the way and how much strawberry she put on it, it would have the same texture as kitty litter. Like, it just ruined it for me. It ruined it. Like, all I saw was burnt chocolate crumble with red. It's all. Ugh.
I didn't feel that way about it, but I can appreciate your.
If it gets fucked up in my mouth, I don't want it. Like, something could taste amazing, but if it's got the consistency of snot, I'm probably not going to like it. I'm an American.
It looked like that, though. It looked pretty good. It looked like crunchy French toast.
I don't know. I think it's a little busted. I feel a little confused about the flavors, but put all those things in just a bowl of ice cream. Great time.
Minus the bread.
I don't need the bread.
Maybe the bread.
Put more cookies
with a side of bread, please.
Can you imagine just 2 slices of toast with your sundae? But it's at a Korean barbecue place, so you make your own French toast with it.
I actually am. That's bustin'.
That's bussin'.
I almost said busted.
So I guess it's kind of bussin' for Daniel.
It's a bussin' idea that I'm going to make better.
Oh, okay. So credit for the YouTube? Do I get 10%? 5%?
Of what?
I don't know. That Frenemies podcast just broke up over 5%. So if we can lock that in and make ourselves feel comfortable with each other, I would feel great about all this.
So you want 5% of nothing, but if it ever is something, you get 5%.
Fucking pay me.
Deal. You can have 5%.
Great.
But you don't get any percent of the episodes of the Daniel Wargo project you're in. That's the truth. Like, how many did I do?
I don't know. Probably 4. Free exposure. I'll take it as
free exposure.
Remember, that's how you like paid people in podcasts like 10 years ago? No. You'll just do it for free and you'll get famous more.
And you can get more followers.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. I probably got you at least one follower.
I think I've lost, actually, since I started doing Daniel Workout Project. I'm not sure if they're related or if people are just having kids and like downgrading on their life a little bit and not wanting so much of me on their feed. But you know,
like I don't need 30-year-old
this young 30-year-old.
I'm only looking for pictures of kids and dogs.
I mean, that does seem like it happens at a time. And you know what I loved this weekend, Daniel?
What? Man?
All the pictures we saw of Jake Paul wearing his Charizard to the fight. Most people come in, they make fancy jackets, they have gloves that say their name on them, or they get like grills that say some shit. Motherfucker put a graded first edition Shadowless Charizard in a necklace.
Wow.
Look at him. I have a lot of feelings about Logan Paul. I'm not sure if I said Jake Paul. I meant Logan Paul. Brilliant for this. He literally just made this card go up in value like times 3.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yep. When is the time? Is this going to be a thing now, do you think?
We're going to see other people rock their Pokemons?
Or baseball or basketball?
I mean, I like it better than NFTs, so let's fucking do it. I think it's interesting. I think it's probably bad for the card. Just getting swung around.
It's already graded.
I know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's gonna. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's like 3 of them in the world.
3 of those in the world?
Of this, yeah.
PSA 10 Shadowless First Edition.
It's not Charizard. PSA, it's Beckett too. So that changes it, and it's a Beckett 10. So that really changes it.
Beckett 10. Got it. Yeah. That's
so I think
way more pristine and
just a harder grade to get. So the fact that it got it, this thing is like literally, I don't know, man. This guy's had the weirdest career, and it's so interesting to watch. Coming from Vine, coming from the suicide Japanese forest thing, like he's had so many weird hiccups to then end up fighting one of the greatest fighters ever.
It's very
it's technically past his prime, I guess, but like did you get to see any highlights of the fight? I didn't watch the thing live.
I actually didn't see a single highlight, weirdly, because that was when I flew the next morning. So I just was gone.
They both got the bag. They went the distance. There's a moment that like clearly Logan gets knocked out. Not knocked, pretty fucking hit. And you see Floyd, this tiny man, go to catch this huge fucking dude. Oh, really? And they like hug. They like do this hug thing, and it feels like he's just like, "Are you ready? Are you okay?" And the show's back.
Amazing.
So you didn't see any of the
bet
fight
on it.
No one really talked about the fight. Everyone only talked about this fucking Charizard.
You bet on it? I did see the Charizard. I did. I bet like $2 because I was like, there's no way that Logan Paul is going to... Yeah, like I was like, he's not going to survive. So I actually said it was going to go less than 5 rounds. Under 5.5 rounds.
Wow.
And it went the distance.
It felt a little fake.
Yeah.
I'm curious what he accomplished by doing this. Like, obviously they both made hella money, right? But does anyone want to fight him after watching this? I don't know, but I did see a lot of commentators kind of saying, like, regardless of what you think about him, the fact that he's still standing is actually kind of insane.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, those guys would never really, they're in totally 2 different weight classes. And so even though Floyd's a lot better, he's like 40 pounds less and inches shorter.
There's a fire truck going by. They're going to pick up Logan Paul right now. He's hurt.
Yeah. Oh, did he just get knocked out by that lady who sits near the subway?
He was just one punch away from it going all downhill.
Floyd got him right there. He's one hit.
I just find it hilarious in this time where it does seem like fighting sports, boxing, MMA, all of these things are kind of they're at like their peak of popularity. Like obviously it's been growing so much since the Chuck Liddell days till now, but it's so interesting to see everything get to that place, this huge explosive bubble, and then there's like a meme fight. Like we're so accustomed to this kind of a thing. We're going like celebrity deathmatch, real life.
Yep.
Who do you want to see him fight next? Because Floyd's probably done, man. He's in his 40s. He's older. Yeah. This was like literally a payday, and he's like not even shy about it in all the interviews. He's like, what the fuck, man? I got paid so much.
Yeah.
I can't feed. This is actually a dope quote. He says, I can't feed my friend or my family with dynasty.
Oh, wow.
I can't feed them with honor. I can't feed them with greatness. I can't feed them with money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that.
I love that. You go, Floyd. You tell him, Mr. Mayweather.
So who would you like to see Logan fight next if this is going to be what he does?
Really no, because I'm like, I kind of personally, if I'm going to watch Logan Paul fight, I want someone to kind of destroy him.
Okay.
So like, you know, that's what I was hoping Floyd would do.
Kind of a younger actor. Okay.
You know, so maybe someone spunkier, maybe a little Jake Gyllenhaal. I saw him in that movie. You know, maybe someone who's been in a boxing movie.
That's not bad. He's a little older now, so I'm curious how he'd be able to hold. You know who I'm looking at?
Who are you looking at?
The Hemsworth younger brother, not Thor.
Liam.
Yeah, ex Miley Cyrus.
What about Michael B. Jordan? Oh yeah,
dude, real Creed, real Apollo Creed. Fucking just, oh my God, that would be so much fun. I would love it if Michael B. Jordan takes a tooth. Just take a Logan tooth.
Right.
I would
love that. I'll watch that one.
That's a great lineup.
Pay-per-view.
Okay, we're putting it out into the universe, and we're hoping that we can make it happen. Because, Daniel,
Michael B. Jordan.
If you want something in this world, you can get it. You can 100% get it.
You can. You just have to manifest.
You have to manifest, or you can dress up like your daughter. Like if you want to go to school like you're a kid, you can just do that now in your 20s, in your 30s. There's this 30-year-old woman that actually went to her daughter's school and dressed up like her daughter because they're wearing face masks. She thought, let's social experiment this.
Let's see how far I can get.
Did you see that story?
I did, thanks to you. It was pretty crazy to think this woman she survived till 7th period with unnoticed, talked to the principal, talked to teachers, went to all the classes.
Like she clearly has a different voice than her daughter, right? Actually, we don't know this, but I would assume I don't sound like 17-year-old me. I would just assume that.
Probably not. I mean, she didn't look 15. I mean, I don't care what she puts on her face. She didn't look 15 years old.
Is this where cosplay goes? Is this what we're doing
Actually, now? You know what? When the newscaster said, this woman is 30, I was like, no, she's not. She's like 38, 39. In my head, I was like, this woman's way older than 30.
Oh, wow.
She was not fooling me at all.
Wow. So she even lied to the news.
There's no way she was 30.
She lied to the school.
And she went to her daughter's
She lied to America.
Right.
So she says that this was a social experiment to expose security measures and kind of look at like what you can and cannot do at a school and what will go unnoticed, which is like, I guess in sentiment and like concept, fine. Like, of course we want our kids to be more protected, but like this whole world that we're entering, like everyone's going to have metal detectors at every school. Can you imagine that kind of a high school? We had no... I think in like some areas of the country that was already happening a little bit, but for the most part, schools were not doing anything like that. My sister's school, she is a teacher's aide, has been on lockdown twice since going back to classrooms because of issues like this where they think a dangerous threat is happening. Like we're entering this really weird area of education. And this is the way we're going to expose it, by dressing up like our kids.
You know, it's not the worst idea, because if she would have just gone to the PTA meeting and said, I don't think security's good enough, they would have said, we can assure you security is great. We're putting everything. We take the utmost responsibility for the children. And the only way that she could really prove it, she was able to prove it. You know?
I wonder how other parents felt about it, though, if they felt extremely uncomfortable with that when they found out. You know, because like from a concept perspective, it does sound like a good intention. Right. But I feel like it probably made a lot of people uncomfortable. I wonder if there have been any charges pressed or anything changing.
It did in the video say she was arrested.
But is there any charges beyond that?
She was out on bond, so I'm assuming there are charges that have been filed. Yeah, for trespassing.
So I guess the moral of the story is: bring a gun to school. Don't bring your mom to school.
I guess so.
No, that's not the tip.
That is not the moral.
But apparently they're okay with that. Moms, don't bring your mom unless it's PTA day.
Do you remember back in the early 2000s when, like, you know, post 9/11, there was some guy who wanted to prove that you could still get a bomb onto a plane. And he did it.
See, that's not helping anyone. That's just making me nervous.
But he wanted to prove.
Couldn't you do the exact same thing by just, like, making a fake one? Like, why do we have to put everyone in danger? Can we just make one that looks like a bomb to test that theory? Like a shoebox with a fucking Christmas ornament inside, and you're like, it's a bomb. I don't know.
No,
I guess that doesn't really fix what he's trying to...
I think his intentions were similar to the moms of going like, I think they can still get bombs on the planes.
It's a real insane way of doing it. It's like you're out at a party and your mom just shows up at the party and she's like, I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Right.
Now I'm going to stay for the rest of the night and watch you.
Yeah.
Make sure you're going to be okay. What?
Very, like, secretive and sneaky and borderline illegal.
It's a little narcissistic to think like all of this falls to you to like expose. That's what I find so funny about our culture today. Everyone's looking for their fucking thing they get to expose. And really, like, who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. Can we have a day? Can we have a Friday? Can I have a drink? Why?
I don't know, man.
Okay, I thought you might have the answers.
I don't have the answers for you. I want to have them, but it's a crazy world we live in.
It is a crazy world.
These worlds get crazier and crazier every day.
It gets so crazy out there. Do you know what's crazy?
I'm not sure.
They're taking away drinks on Southwest Airlines. No more alcoholic beverages, no more alcoholic services, nothing.
Wow.
You are in that bus till the moment you get off, stone sober. Thoughts?
Well,
as someone that just flew across this country, had a layover, and got on another plane, how does that make you feel?
I mean,
are you a big drinker on planes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of us are, to sort of like handle those anxieties of just like that first, thing, the takeoff, the landing. There's like this perfect zen you can hit with like 2 cocktails right before stepping on the flight.
Yes.
It's so good.
That's my like preferred way to do it would be to have a drink beforehand.
But if it's a long flight, you're going to need a little pick-me-up halfway there.
I guess so.
And if it's Southwest, that's not an option.
That's not an option anymore.
You're going to lose your buzz. You're going to get a headache.
Can you even have water? Do you want to know, though, because I learned this on when we went to England, my mom was bringing some like gifts. We had a bunch of family we were visiting.
Is this pre-pandemic? Like 2019?
Pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were bringing some gifts for the family members, some just American shit, you know. And she brought like those little single shots of Fireball whiskey.
Okay, like the little mini bottles.
Yeah, and she brought those in her carry-on.
Yeah, you're allowed to have that small.
So if you really wanted to,
I'm curious if you're allowed to take your mask off right now, because I know. Yeah, I wonder if like not. That's all. Well, how are you drinking?
You can drink. You can take it off to drink.
Oh, okay.
Or consume food, yeah.
Okay, so BYOB. BYOB for Southwest Airlines.
Yep. But it's honestly, it's pretty crazy because like when I flew on Monday, both times the person I was sitting directly next to, their mask was like down to here. I was like, cool. Very nice.
And you didn't say anything?
No, guys, it's not I don't want to be that guy. It's not my job. I think the plane should be like, hey, make sure your mask is covering your nose. Please, hey,
right.
Get up your mask.
You're like, please wait for the adult to come and take care of this for me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna get into an argument with the guy I have to sit next to for 4 hours.
And that's fair because the whole reason why they're taking the service away to begin with is because of rowdy passengers, people freaking out, people taking off their masks, people not following the rules because they get inebriated and then get some courage.
Get some courage.
So like I feel for the airline. I'm not trying to say like put everyone in harm's way 100% of the time, but it feels like I don't know. Are we going to start seeing this from all airlines? Is that going to be a precaution we start seeing unless it's like a really long flight? Because people just stuck in a tube for too long. Yeah. It's a bad.
I don't know. If you're for any transatlantic flight, all like booze is free. So I can't imagine they would take that away from all airlines would take that away.
So this is just
it's just
an American problem.
We're just assholes.
I believe it.
I don't think taking away booze on Southwest flights is going to stop the assholes from being assholes.
That's very true. Good point.
Sorry. But hey, if you don't want to make extra bucks on upcharging on a tequila, then don't.
Well, we'll see it in practice. We'll see what happens, and hopefully those come back soon so everyone on Southwest can feel better about the shitty seat they got because people were there before them. Isn't that how it goes? Like, it's first come, first serve, like an old movie
on
theater?
Southwest, yeah, it's a first come, first serve thing.
Dude, you need that cocktail when someone's taking up all the good seats. What are you doing, guys?
You're telling me, man. You're telling me. But if you have a window seat and you got two strangers sitting next to you, make sure you're careful about when you drink that cocktail because you're going to have to ask the whole row to get up when you need to use the restroom.
And if it's the middle of the night or very early in the morning, keep that fucking window closed, buddy. We've seen clouds. We know what they look like. Close the window. Yep. If we're flying over the Grand Canyon, take a peek. Close it after. Don't eat it the whole flight. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know. I guess that's a little rant.
Yeah, well, you want to hear my rant that I learned this week?
Tell me the thing you learned.
Yeah. So here, I'm going to tell it to you right now. Okay, so this week, obviously, I'm in New York. It's hotter than balls. It's sticky like balls. It's sweaty like a ball,
You would know.
Yeah, it's too bad you don't have balls anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Where did this show go?
I don't know.
So it's like swampy as shit out here. And so I'm having to walk around in a mask like a freaking, person who cares about other people.
Yeah.
But what I learned about last summer, everyone freaking out about masks. I'm not wearing a mask. We're fighting over masks. Like everyone said, because it's my freedom, because it's stupid. What they should have said is it's fucking hot. And it hurts. It's bothering my face because of all the stickiness.
Everyone in the medical field has been saying that since day one, Daniel.
But I needed all those stupid non-mask wearing people to say it because I know that's why they were upset. It's uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable in California. It's fine.
You're getting some nose sweat. But think about
it's so itchy, dude.
Think about how moist your skin is going to be.
Look at it.
Exfoliated.
It's amazing.
See? The body wants heat. It doesn't want cold. It doesn't want to flake off and become salt. It wants to be butter, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I know. Don't you know I know?
Jesus.
You want to hear something else fun?
What?
So.
Look at him go. That one's just for the visual listeners.
So sneaky.
That one's just for the stream.
My air mattress has a hole in it. And so this morning I woke up on the ground.
That's a no mattress, Daniel. That's just a sheet you put on like wood floors. You're so New York now. I was not prepared.
I'm just sleep. I can sleep on a floor. I sleep anywhere the fuck I want. I don't care. Fucking rats. Fucking.
Yeah, aren't there a lot of rats and cockroaches in New York?
We had a mouse in the apartment. What day was that? 2 nights ago?
It's literally been less than 3 days. What the fuck?
We didn't find it.
I'm never moving to New York. Oh my god. No, thank you. No, thank you.
He was like, maybe the mouse put the hole in the air mattress. I'm like, that's reassuring and comforting.
Why don't you sleep on the couch?
Because it's kind of a love seat.
Oh, it's not a real couch.
It's a 2-seat. Yeah, it's a love seat.
Wow. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love those apartments. How big they are.
It's actually a really nice place. It's just, I know you've
Stop upselling it. I'm trying to ruin it for you.
It's a super nice
I'm gonna
place.
fucking destroy it in your brain. I'm gonna inception you and you're gonna move back.
I probably will, but I wish you could see the window over here.
I've seen it. He sat in front of it for your videos.
No, that was this window.
Oh. Well, maybe you should take us and talk down. God damn it.
If I could.
None of this matters. Pretty soon. You want to know why, Daniel?
Why?
I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be taking off their mask in literally 4 days.
Yes. We are opening up.
California is opening up. We've been actually kind of longer. Oh, and same day?
I think the 15th, right, Nikolai? We're opening up on the 15th.
I'm going to pull a little party popper for you guys then. Are you going to walk down the street without a mask? Is this now over for you?
I already did because I was so itchy yesterday or the day before that I was like, fuck this mask.
Well, I feel like if you're outside now, who gives a shit?
I'm vaxxed and I'm outside. I wear it indoors, obviously, unless I'm at a table or something.
Not right now, you're not.
Oh, well, indoor, I mean, Nikolai's doors. Yeah.
Not right now, you're not.
All right. Were we leading somewhere?
I was just talking about the state opening.
Oh, okay. There we go. I was like, is there a clip coming up?
He got so excited about turning around and like double checking with Nikolai about the date. Like, it's the 15th, right? And then just everything evaporated from his brain.
Yeah, you saw it. It happened live. Yeah, that's pretty. Are you excited or how are you feeling about all that?
I fucking hate it. I want everyone to stay home so I can go out and do all the fun things and no one's there.
Agreed.
Nah, but it's going to be good. We're coming back to summer. I just thought, and if you listen to some of our earlier episodes, the big takeaway we had at the beginning was like, we're going to come out of this stronger. We're going to come out of this more compassionate. We're going to come out of this more understanding of each other. Everyone's going to be... Does that reflect right now?
No, that is not reflective of the past 16 months at all.
Like, there was a episode 2 and we're like, when we walk our dogs, people wave at us. There's a camaraderie. That's dead. It's dead. We fucking hate each other. And all we can do now is just look at Canada and make fun of them for still being locked down. That's the only thing we can agree on. It's like, look up and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Like, we're just waiting for you to send us your vaccines, eh?
Yeah.
It is. I agree with you, though. I'm happy for the world, and I hope things go well. Although things are not going well with the virus, but we'll see. You know, I hope we have a nice summer and nice fall. Would be awesome.
Great points, Dan.
I really don't know. Like, yesterday, did you read? We hit more deaths in the first 5 months of this year than in all of 2020 from the coronavirus. Yesterday.
Is suicide on the rise?
In the world, yes.
Fuck.
In the world.
Oh, fuck.
So it's really bad out there.
No, we're doing
many places. Luckily, though, in US, it is much better.
We are number one.
We're number one. We're number one.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's maybe recollect.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Lávate las manos. Es muy importante que te laves las manos. Wash your damn hands.
And we're back.
Hey, we did it. We broke, and now we came back together like a beautiful piece of paper. That's not how paper works. Get some tape. Get some Scotch tape. That's kind of how this...
This just really rolled into something else. But it's a great time, actually, for us to talk about our sponsor today, Scotch Tape.
Yeah, we should change the podcast name to Scotch Tape. It's barely hanging in there.
Yeah. Do you have something for me today?
I kind of do. I have something that is from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
For Dan Learns the Internet.
Okay.
But I think William had a total freak out watching this video, so I less want to teach you something and more want to I just need some camaraderie in this terrible thing, and I would love to see. This is a video taken from a cadaver area, part of the hospital. So where there are just dead bodies either being processed to go out to funeral homes or they are going to be used for donors. That's where this video comes from. Just the context you need to set it up.
I hope we're not going to see dead bodies.
We can't show that on Twitch.
Who is walking around barefoot?
So, this nice young lady just walking the halls of her work, where there are a couple employees that work there with these dead bodies, and she discovers footprints upon the floor. Bare-toed footprints. This has been an episode full of toes. My goodness.
You're a toe man. What can
This is for Beth. This is for Beth.
That is terrifying.
I watched that way too late at night.
No. It's already too late.
Do you ever do that? You're flipping through TikTok, as you're passing out, and one comes through, and you're like, "Oh, I'm awake now. I'm not going to bed anytime soon." Does that happen?
A lot of scary things on my TikTok feed.
It's not a lot. It always comes out of left field, and it fucks up everything.
I don't know what to tell you about that. That's
do we think a dead body came out? Is that what we're kind of thinking?
That's what seems the obvious, right?
There is a follow-up.
Oh, there is.
There's a follow-up video with some further context with the lady that captured the film.
Great. Okay, let's watch it.
My best guess is I have some coworkers who've been in the death industry for a long time, so they're a lot more comfortable in the prep room and the facilities than I can ever imagine being. So it is not completely unbelievable that one of my coworkers is walked around without shoes on. Some people had said maybe the janitor took his shoes off after mopping or something. That is technically when our cleaning staff is there. It was 11 at night when I took that video. I just don't really think that's very likely. But yeah, some of my coworkers, I can see them walking around without shoes on.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Were you able to pay attention to any of that?
It was difficult.
Okay.
If I'm just being honest.
Oh man. Oh man.
But I got the gist.
Yeah, so her takeaway is people are comfortable around the office. You know, Daniel, when you're just taking off your shoes at your desk, walking around the dead body.
Yeah, that's a little gross to me, but if you had sandals on maybe or heels.
No, put your toes away.
But you're there alone maybe, except for the dead people.
It's got to be so cold. Where are your socks? There's dead bodies in there. You don't think it's freezing?
Yeah, probably.
Who needs to take their shoes off? And then her other guess was technically that's when the cleaning staff is there.
Right. Who's going to be yeah, I'm going to clean this room without my shoes. It doesn't make any sense. This is a crazy story, Will.
I mean, I really don't know if she is like clueless about what actually goes on down there, or if truly something supernatural happened. I don't know. Do you have any toe stories? Any ghost toes? Ghost toes. And we always hear about ghosts murdering people, about them going inside of you, standing at the foots of bed. I've never just been like, I see ghost toes.
I don't know.
That's not a story I've been told. This is my first ghost toe story.
This is a ghost toes story. I mean, I don't think it's more of a zombie toes than a ghost toes. Because these were human feet. It was a reanimated corpse that walked around.
Daniel's taking a lot of liberties right now. That's what he believes.
Well, because ghosts don't have footprints.
Why not?
Because they don't have feet.
I mean, they do in that one game, and then you got to go get a spirit box and write all in the
I don't think they have feet, though. I mean, like, I think they have feet.
No, you can use... There's like a fake, like... I'm using a video game as a reference.
You're like, no, because in a video game they have feet. They have feet.
It's an infrared flashlight, and you can see the handprints and the footprints.
Wow, oh, you can?
People know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, I haven't played that game, but I would imagine that ghosts do not have footprints or handprints.
So zombie. We're going with zombie. Of all of the options, zombie.
This is kind of like a Jesus type thing, right?
Oh, so a nice zombie with some morals. Not not just hungry. He's got some things he wants to do.
Yeah, he's got some friends to revisit. I think he's gonna do some magic tricks, and and then he'll go back to bed.
All right. Well, maybe it's time for all of us to go back to bed, because that was a scary story. I think we've come to the end of our show. Daniel's really hot, and not like that, Daniel.
Yeah, I am, baby.
Not like that, Daniel. I think that was an episode.
It was.
How did we feel about our first New York episode?
Our first New York episode, it felt very good. It felt very fine.
There's no dogs barking.
Yeah, 0 dogs. I've heard horns. We've heard sirens.
Yeah, we did hear sirens. Someone died in the middle of this podcast. We killed someone with our episode.
It was Logan.
Poor guy. He had a promising career. Over now. Where can the people find you, Dan?
People can find me on YouTube. My name is Daniel Wargo. And I'm on there. Where can the people find you, Will?
Well, they can find me at twitter.com/WillJGabriel, or you can watch this show every Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time at SilentWill_. Daniel,
on Twitch.
Can we hear just a little bit more of New York Dan before we go?
Oh, New York Dan. Yeah, okay. So, let me just tell you a little bit about what's going to go on for the rest of the day, because I don't want to get too crazy. Okay,
How about this? Because we don't necessarily care about what you're going to do. Why don't you give us what we should do? Well, give us some inspiring words for our weekend. How can we get the most out of this weekend?
Well, if you want to get the most out of this weekend, here's what you need to do. You need to quit being such a fucking baby and do something for yourself.
Yeah.
Take a load off.
Yeah.
Do something for yourself. Pour yourself a cold one. Go to the aquarium. I don't know.
In that order?
I think
just show up to the aquarium alone, drunk. One ticket, please.
If you're gonna go to the aquarium, you're gonna want to have one before. The fish, it really lights them up for you.
Probably want to bring a friend with you too, so you don't look alone.
Yeah, just quit being such a fucking baby. Just take care of yourself this weekend. Quit being such a fucking baby. And we're all gonna be great. Yeah.
Well, I love you, Andrew Dice Clay, and we'll see you guys in our talk down after this.